just tell us a bit about your day here at the PossABLE Expo and how you found it?
I found it very interesting. I've got a daughter who's 12 months old and she has cerebral palsy. We only found out 4 months ago, so it was very hard for us to understand it and just to be able to come here and talk to people about it. It was probably the best part for us, and just getting information, because it's so hard to get information out of everyone. It's very, very, very hard and very, very frustrating at times, and to be able to come here and have, not every store was to our liking, but most of the stores everyone was quite nice, quite happy to talk to us, and all the ones that were important to us were more than happy to sit down with us and have a decent chat and let us know what they thought. So.
And how much of a difference did it make actually being able to meet the people face to face rather than, go through the billion of telephone calls, emails?
So much easier talking to people face to face than a phone call. It's just, you don't know who you're talking to, and to be able to meet the people, it's so much nicer and so much better. To be able to put a face to the name. So rather than just talk to someone on the phone, anyone, it could be anyone, and they could be anywhere too. But to know that they're in the area and are able to help us is the best part.
And do you think being able to have that open discussion helps you and your family in your journey with your new daughter? And
Absolutely. We are so far ahead just today that 4 months ago we had what we thought was a perfectly healthy daughter, and now we're 4 months later we've sort of, our world crumbled, I suppose, 4 months ago, and now we're sort of, the crumbleness is gone now, and we're in the rebuild stage and getting her fixed and getting all her plans up to date and getting her fixed and getting her on the road. Not necessarily to recovery, but on the road to giving her as normal a lifestyle as possible. So.
And what was it like being in the environment here at the Expo where everyone was so open and it was so accepting?
When I first walked in, it's like, wow, everyone, sort of every second person had a disability, and I haven't grown up with that. I haven't been around that before, and to just to see it and no one looked at anyone any different or treated anyone any different to what you would expect to be treated, you know what I mean? I've always been taught to treat people the way you want to be treated, and that's the way everyone was treated here today, you know what I mean? Everyone from my 8-year-old son to who's perfectly fit and fine, to myself who's perfectly fit and fine, and my 1-year-old daughter who's got cerebral palsy. Everyone was treated exactly the same way, and yeah, it was great. It was great feeling,
And was that quite refreshing for you and your life?
Absolutely. Yeah. It is very raw. That's probably the best way to describe it. And it was just good to be able to see people that have disabilities and what they can do. Like some of the stuff that they can do is just, I'm mind blown, like one of the things that worried us was that my daughter wouldn't be able to do the things that she wanted to do later on in life, and the possibilities are endless, absolutely endless, of what she'll be able to do later on in life. So.
And does that reassure you and makes you realise that there are the opportunities and there is the possibility and the ideas and the options that you didn't know you had?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a guy out there with a go-kart, a guy riding a motorbike, who was in a wheelchair. Both of them were in wheelchairs, and it's just like, if that's what they can do as bad as they are, then the sky's the limit for my daughter, And that's, as a parent, that's what you want. That's what you want for your kids. You want them to be able to do whatever it is that they can do.
It just makes you stop and think.
Oh, absolutely. Makes me stop and think of how lucky I've got it, but also makes me stop and think of how good things have come in probably the last 20 or 30 years, even with disabled people, because without this sort of stuff, disabled people wouldn't be where they are today. They wouldn't be out riding go-karts or motorbikes or or doing the stuff that these guys were doing, you know, the taekwondo and all that sort of stuff, you know. I never ever would have envisaged a disabled person doing that sort of stuff, and to be able to see it, it's mind-blowing.
So do you think it's just finally about educating the entire community, the broader community? Not just the disabled community?
I think so. You know, 12 months ago, I didn't really know too many disabled people. And I wouldn't say I looked down on them, but I looked at them in a totally different way today compared to what I looked at them 12 months ago. And it's very refreshing to see that there are people out there that, you know, just have no fear, and you know, they're no different to you or me, and are happy to go out there and do the things that Joe Average wouldn't normally do. So it's great to see.